When Duke asked me to write a letter to myself at 16, the first thing that popped into my head was the song, Letter to Me by Brad Paisley. This song talks about the memories a boy had when he was 17. I also thought back on my own life experiences I had at that age, especially since I have 3 kids, ages 15, 17, and 19. My mind is filled with so many thoughts, some as I was when I was 16, some as I watched my kids stumble along the way, and some from what my parents were experiencing as they were raising my brother and myself. So here goes, a letter to Diane at 16. Dear little Diane, as you look back on your life when you were 16, you were not thinking you knew it all. You were so unsure of yourself. You wanted so badly to fit in. You felt that popularity somehow improved the value of you. You had very little confidence. You struggled academically and had most of your school career. You were apprehensive about your athletic abilities, so much that you would go out for a sport and quit before the coach or coaches could cut you. You were shy and afraid to get involved in extracurricular activities because you felt you had nothing to offer. As you entered college, you began to realize that grades were important, but not as big a part of the whole picture as you once thought. In fact, when you graduated from college, your father asked you what the most important thing was that you learned. Your answer was, I learned about life. This answer surprised your father, and the feeling you got was that it was not necessarily a good surprise. Graduate school presented another important lesson. You were capable of setting goals and achieving good grades. You came to understand that there wasn't just one way to learn. You also realized that even though you had a very small social circle, that circle of friends would remain an important part of your life well beyond graduation. You also became aware that although you weren't involved in sports in school and didn't have a competitive nature, that you were very competitive with yourself. You realized that setting goals and achieving them were characteristics that you were capable of capturing. Like the quote from the book, The Little Engine That Could, I think I can, I think I can. As the big Diane reflects on these memories, she would give that little Diane this advice. Always be true to yourself. If you don't fit somewhere, that doesn't mean there is something wrong with you, but maybe the situation is not a good fit. Kindness and honesty with yourself and others has both a positive effect on them, but also on you. Always believe in yourself. Be genuine. You are who you are, and that is okay. So Diane, you will learn these things from your own life experiences as you mature. You will learn them by being around people that believe in you, even when you doubt yourself. Surround yourself with people that are supportive, patient, and kind. You will also learn these things by the students you teach and by your own children. They too are great teachers. All of life is an experience from where we learn and grow. Try to teach your children from your own experiences, but also realize that sometimes the most important life lessons are experiencing stumbles and even falls that we have to go through to gain the lessons behind them. As I tell you these things, Diane, I am not finished learning and growing. Like I have told my students and my own children, life is a journey. Learn from each part of it. Love those around you, treat them with kindness and respect, be true to yourself, and just be. Lovingly, Big Diane.
August 29th, 1979. Dear Lisa, happy birthday. Sweet 16, what a wonderful occasion this is. You have survived childhood, elementary and middle school, and these next few years will really play a pivotal role in the adult you will become. At this point, you probably think you have it being life, all figured out. You know what's good for you, and you know what you need to avoid, and you have plenty of time, a lifetime in fact, to do and be anything you want. And in some respects, you're right. However, as I write this letter to you from the future, I can honestly say that your life journey and experiences are just beginning. Before I give you a heads up on what you're in for, you need to understand, and I mean really take to heart, that you just need to believe in yourself because you are far more than you know. You will no doubt experience great joys, friends, loves, jobs, unexpected surprises, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual situations, people, places, and things, each contributing to your life journey. And there will be great challenges too. Friends, loves, jobs, unexpected surprises, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual situations, people, places, and things. But they all work together in divine order to help you along your life's journey. You see, the most important thing in your life is to remember that you were born a perfect expression of God. And as such, you have all the spiritual tools you need to live a happy and fulfilling life. You can weather the highs and enjoy the highs and weather the lows. And no matter what happens, you just need to believe in yourself because you are far more than you know. As the years go by, you will come to realize, as I have here in the future, that you are an ever-evolving work in progress. Unfortunately, I did not come to understand this until I was much older than you are now. But this was part of my spiritual path. The advantage that you have at age 16 is me, your older, wiser self, who has seen the future. And I'm here to tell you that you just need to believe in yourself because you are far more than you know. I love you and bless you on this wonderful life journey. Love, Lisa.
Dear Richard, there are 4 things that I'd like you to remember as you continue to grow throughout your lifetime and maybe beyond. The first is you are not separate. We are not separate from anyone or anything. And sometimes we feel that way and we contract and we fail to expand in love. So remember that you are connected and you are part of this wholeness at all times. 2, you can trust. Trusting is difficult. Being trusted is difficult. Building and rebuilding trust is difficult. People who trust are trusted. And studies have shown that the people who trust will trust whether or not other people are providing them with means for trust. So become a trusting person, even if it doesn't work all the time. You can know. The third idea is that you can know. You can continue to learn throughout your lifetime. I want you to have a willingness to be open to new ideas, to new ways of thinking, to new experiences. And also, that my Buddhist friends say, don't know. It's a great way to start out. Say, I'm open to new ideas. I haven't closed my mind. I'm not just staying with what I learned at a very young age. I continue to know and to find out new things. Number 4, you are responsible. I taught in a high school for 10 years where the counselors had written over his doorway, I am responsible for the position I'm in. And if people would not agree to that, he wouldn't talk with them. And I've been doing spiritual counseling now for the last 14 years, and if there's one thing that I can help people with, can you assume responsibility for what's been happening to you, and are you willing to take responsibility for that? To stop blaming other people, to not blame circumstances, and to be responsible to other people and to yourself, to become the person that you're capable of becoming. People who refuse to deal with the world in these 4 ways, they stop growing, they stop living. I've watched this happen to older people. I've watched it happen to people of high school and college age. And this is not something that I want for you. So life works when we say, I am not separate. I can trust, I can know, I am responsible for the position I'm in. Try it. It works. Life becomes more enjoyable. It has more meaning. And you can be alive, can continue to grow for the rest of your life.
Dear 16-year-old self, Marlene Wine, from your older self, Marlene Wine Chase. There are 3 phrases I once heard that I hope you'll keep in mind over the years. They are, trust God, believe in yourself, dare to dream. Remembering these words will keep your life more joyful. The first phrase, trust God, will remind you that at the very heart of the universe is lavish love and ecstatic creativity. Regardless of how things may appear, love and creativity are what is most real. So no matter what happens in your life, trust this. And look for how love and creativity will show up to guide you through even the most difficult times. The second phrase, believe in yourself, is a reminder that God shows up in many forms, and one of them is you. So you can believe in who you are and that it is just right. It is just what the world needed at this time, God showing up in you as you. And third, dare to dream. Your deepest desires are what God most wants to express in the world through you. They are how God wants to bless the world by showing up as you. Don't ever give up on those dreams. Trust God. Believe in yourself. Dare to dream. Let these 3 phrases be your seatbelt on life's journey. And buckle up because it is going to be a wild and wonderful ride.
Okay, thank all of you for sharing such wonderful sentiments. And let's give them all a hand. You may return to your seats.